first of all, I thought this was pronounced as Fifine, but it was actually Fine according to them. Okay, fine. Well, that's what we're going to call this in this video. Fifine actually reached us out and they wanted us to check this K658 dynamic microphone. As per usual, guys, we'll check its physical overview, features, and do some microphone tests. We'll tell you everything you need to know coming up. Yo, what's up guys, this is Mac and we do a lot of tech related videos like this one. If this is your first time, consider subscribing. With that said, let's begin. So what do we get inside the box? Obviously the dynamic microphone itself, a jack mount, a metal tripod, a metal ring, and a mount adapter for boom arm, USB-A to USB-C around 8 feet, and some documentations. Now let's check out some physical overview. So the build is all metal body with a shiny sandblasted texture material in black color. We got a volume control which wobbles a little bit, but it looks and feels durable. There's also a touch control mute button and also an on and off RGB button at the back side. At first I thought that the windscreen was permanently attached, but you can actually remove it like this. So the windscreen itself has a metal ring that connects to the mic, which is a good thing because it is removable and you can always wash or replace it anytime. The microphone pickup is covered with a metal grill and it is very sturdy. There's no way that you can touch the pickup without unscrewing the microphone. And of course, we're not going to do that because it is really unnecessary. Anyway, let's place back the windscreen and let's check what's underneath. We have a USB-C input and a 3.5mm jack with zero latency monitoring. Lastly, this one has an RGB effects which we're going to check out in a bit. Let us also check the accessories. So this is the jack mount and it is made out of plastic except for the mounting screw hole. Though this is made out of plastic, it doesn't look cheaply made in my opinion. The tripod on the other hand is entirely made out of metal and it's quite heavy. This will definitely hold the microphone with no problem. Now let's check out some features. So this microphone actually works with Windows and Mac OS, and setting it up is self-explanatory, or you could just check this manual out for more info. This is a dynamic type microphone with a cardioid polar pattern. It has an accurate and smooth volume control with a quick touch mute button. It also has an RGB effects with a quick touch button as well. This microphone is actually plug and play and there's no software integration of any kind, so you simply have to plug this in your PC and you are good to go. I guess that's all that there is, but if you want to know more specification, just check this out and pause the video. Now let's do some mic tests. To be honest, I have been using the microphone from the very beginning of the video, but with post-processing, obviously, since I want you all to understand clearly what I have been saying in this video without any background noise or whatever. But let us do some raw mic tests right now. So this is the sound of the K658 without post-processing. Check 1, 2, 3, 4 sound check mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the sound of the K658 microphone with noise suppression on from OBS Studio. Check 1, 2, 3, 4 sound check mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the sound of the microphone with post-processing. Check 1, 2, 3, 4 sound check mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to try to speak around the microphone to see what kind of polar pattern it has. Check 1, 2, 3, 4 sound check mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's move into the conclusion and let's talk about the things I like and the things that I don't like about the microphone. One thing I don't like about the microphone is the RGB effects. I was hoping you can change it to a single color or some preset effects of some sort, but this is all you get. I know this is just an extra feature and it is a no big deal, but personally I will only use an effect like this only if I'm making a content video. But for daily use, I don't think so. I only use one steady color depending on my mood. Sometimes I want it white, sometimes green, sometimes blue or purple or teal, like I said, depending on my mood. And I want all my peripherals to match colors because it gives me a satisfying vibe seeing my setup that way. Another is the microphone is lacking a bit of low end. The highs and the mids are fine, but I have to tweak the bass a little bit in the post-processing so it will sound better. I know this is just me being picky, but other than this, everything is awesome. Now let's talk about the things that I like about the microphone, and let me begin with the mic recording output. By default, without any post-processing, the sound of the microphone is actually clear. It's lacking a bit of bass, but for daily usage, this is good enough. Whenever I record an audio, I always tweak the high and the low frequency until I am satisfied, and that's what I'm currently doing in my current setup. But with this K658, I just need to edit the bass a little bit and we are good to go. Obviously, you have to modify the volume up and down accordingly so it won't sound too loud or too silent. And one of the things that I like about the microphone is its smooth rotation volume knob. With its consistent volume increments, meaning the audio input will not suddenly go loud or go silent. I love the sensitivity of the mute on and off touch button because it is a good feature for those who are streaming or going live. Not to mention the LED indicator on and off is very usable in many ways. Zero latency works as it should, and what's even more appreciated is that it works like an audio interface, which you can actually play music from the PC and listen through the jack input using your headphones. And of course, if you don't want that, you can change it in the Windows audio settings, but you will still hear the zero latency monitoring of the microphone through the jack input. This is actually nice, and I don't think that there are any microphone manufacturer that has a feature like this yet. Or I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments if there is one. Fifine should have included this in one of their features because people will never know. Not until today. Anyway, if you'll ask me if I'll recommend this, well, that is a yes, especially if you don't want a complicated setup like mine. Well, my setup is something like this, so you'll have an idea. I have an XLR condenser microphone, plus 48 volts phantom power, plus audio interface going to my PC. If you know nothing about this kinds of setup and you don't want any of these complicated things, then I suggest just buy this Fifine K658 microphone and be done with it. I place some links in the description below for you to check it out, and if you think that this is not for you, you can check out the other microphone reviews we have on your screen. I guess that's it guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.